Hello, this is Solomon Davis from RightSideTrading.com. Visit us on the right side. Visit us at RightSideTrading.com to learn how to trade on the right side of the market. The disclaimer has been up for a minute or two. Go ahead and get that out of the way. And what are we doing today? We're looking at the live market today. I'll be doing a couple trades this week. Of course, these are all trades. These are all for educational purposes, but we're looking at the live market, give you some ideas of ways of looking at the market, maybe a little bit different than what some people actually trade. But always, bottom line, you got to look at your account and see, is it working for you? Whatever you're doing. If it's not working, look back, review your trades. Make adjustments so those trades can work. That's what you got to do. So I'm gonna show you some. Today is gonna be one of the trades that I normally. I've been doing these type of trades here the last few recordings. I got a place out there, and what it is the breakout trade. A lot of people like playing. I really don't like the breakout trade the way most people play it. I play it a little bit different because I like to keep my stop close by. My target maybe not as high or as far, especially when this time I'm actually doing a day trade. This is probably the last of the day trades. I'm actually going to do a trade on the Q today. So I will finish up with a Q trade, day trade, something that I normally trade every day, but I usually don't trade it throughout the day. I usually trade it earlier in the day. It's almost 3 o'clock at the end of the day. By this time of the day, I'm usually trying to get out of the trade if I was still in the trade on the Qs. But let's see what they're doing right now. You should have the screens in front of you. I'll show you a couple things that I look at on the Qs. On this chart here, it looks kind of squashed and kind of funny. But all I got on this chart here is on QQQ. This is Happy New Year. This is January 21st, Wednesday of the new year, 2015. That's going to let me squash down this chart a little bit where we can see what's been happening today. The Qs open up. This is my pivot. This is the pivot point for this morning. This green line is my R1, the yellow line is my R2, and then you got the red line, my R3. Now on the bottom side, I got my S1, my S2, and my S3. That's the green, yellow, and red lines. The black lines that you see in here are other support lines that I like drawing in. If you've seen some of my other videos, I like usually drawing in morning highs, morning lows, or previous day, reversal type points. That's what the black lines are. This black line here, this black line here, and you got a couple black lines down here on the bottom. I'll zoom out a little bit and see what I can see. I can see this black line here was the previous day. The like it was late high. This black line here probably goes back to another day. Oh, this black line right here is actually I can see it's not quite straight, so that's probably a trend line where I have the trend. The Q's actually trending down. The short-term trend is down in the Q's right now. So that's what that line actually represents. It's my trend line. And these other lines down here on the bottom lines are support lines that are nowhere near right now. So I just want to kind of let you know what I'm looking at. And this is just about all. This is my main setup for me trading the Qs. I like trading off daily pivots. So that's what I'm looking at. At the start of my day, I can see at the start of my day, I can see the Qs actually was trading down a little bit. It opened up above pivot. So I usually have a bullish incentive, actually opening above pivot. It's one of my things. But then I started pulling down that first 5 minutes, and then I remember on that 6-7 minutes, the Qs were trading back up. I might have jumped into this trade at this point here this morning as it broke the high, that 5-minute high. It's one of the trades that I like doing, something I've looked at and studied, that I know a lot of times work, but and it went from 101.33 all the way up to a line that I had already drawn from previous day, as you can see, based from back here. It hit that line. At that time, it had made a 50-cent move from the entry point that I had got in, and that's about 25 cents on my option. So I was done. I was done for the day, with my trade on that first 5-minute candle. I know that's pretty fast. A lot of people think you can't do that, but some of us guys, we can, and that's what we do. But then I noticed that it pulled back from there, and I'm not wanting to take that short trade, and it came all the way almost back down the pivot, and then it went up to that line again and just mingled around there again, and I pulled back here, and then boom, took off again. This is one of the trades that I like trading here also. When it hits that line and pull back like this, I like getting in somewhere on this pullback. I might have not have got in. I wouldn't have got in on these first two candles, but the third candle or this candle here, I would have went long on this. That's just my mindset. The market looked kind of bullish to me today. I looked at I want to take a long trade. And again, I would be looking for it to break out above my resistance line to my next pivot line, my next resistance line up here. And if I got into that trade, say at the worst point, say right here at the top of this candle, if I got in on this candle here, again, I like it at the previous high candle, that would have got me in at a 101.78, and I would have got out at 102.26. So that's another 50-cent move on the Qs. That's another 20 to 25 cent, trade on the Qs. And boom, I'm done. Now you hear me saying there's 20, 25 cent moves on the Qs. With 10 contracts, a 0.5 delta, getting a 20, 25 cent move, that's $200, $250. So you do a couple of those a day, that's $500 a day. And that's a good trade, and that's a good day. That's a good day for me. So and if you're doing more contracts, you just do your multiplication and all, and that's how much you can actually make on these trades. But for right now, we're looking at the Qs. Again, it went up to this line here, the trend line that I had. I'm not showing the full picture there right now, but believe me, that's a trend line. And it hit that line, couldn't break that line, and it started dropping. Okay, now where it's going to drop to, I didn't know. Again, I saw it drop down here to this point here, back to this line here, and went a little bit below it. And I'm okay. Let's then this next candle here, we will be looking to go long. Didn't go long. I was looking at right here when it did this and did this again. I started thinking about, okay, let me do a video. But then now it's taken off and it's back here again. So now I'm looking for it to bounce off here. This is live market. Just making sure I'm all the way at the end of day. Normally I wouldn't be taking a trade, and I do not advise anybody to take these type of trades at the end of the day like this. Unless some are looking to do a longer-term trade and you're looking for it to break this reversal trend, But I'm going to just look to do a quick little scalp and see if I can get something here. Virtual trade, of course. Just what you do in your virtual account. You practice strategies and stuff that you normally wouldn't do that you think may work. You test things out. So now I'm on another screen, going over to my trade tab. I would bring it over as soon as I switch everything over, where I can swing it over and let you see, and we will enter a trade. And let me get a chart over here too. QQQ. I'll maximize this chart over here. You can't see what I'm doing right now, and I'll zoom in here. And I want to move this. Actually, want to move it over where you can see it, and then we're going to enter a trade. Boom. This is what we're seeing right now. It's already bounced off of 101.90. It's already up 10 cents. I'm going to go to the trade tab. And since I know this is going to be just a quick end of the day trade to see if we can make some quick money. We're having a little refresh problem while the market is going up. This is a virtual account, so things are not quite as fast. You know, things may not be. I wonder what kind of pricing I'm actually going to get. Let me bring up and see if I have one of my live accounts. My live account still open over here. Sorry, bring up Q's. Oh, they finally came up. And I don't know if I really want to do exploration this next Friday and the next day or two. I hate trading those things at the end of the day. Put my bad positions in my real account. I do have some bad trades. One that I should have got out a long time ago and didn't get out of. But it's a February. It's a longer out there for a ways. I want to look at a February call on the Qs. Let's go back over to the chart while that is trying to refresh and it's running away from us. Go back over to the trade tab. And I want to make sure I'm looking at a February over here in the live to see how close this thing is going to be to reality. I want to try to do I'm looking, it's kind of expensive. I'm seeing a 220 for 120. I might go to the weekly. We're going to do a quick trade and let's just see how it works. Yeah, I normally wouldn't do this way, but let's do it. Also, I don't want to pay that much for it. Right here. Let me see what they look like live. Live, I'm looking at, I'm looking at a 102, 102. The numbers are pretty close, so let's do this 85. We're going to do 10 contracts. We have been making some money before, and I want to do it in my IRA account on this thing here. Let's make sure we're looking at that account, switch account. The reason I'm doing that, I reset that account, and I'll just this week, let me go there right now. As you can see, it's $25,000. Usually you need that much to be able to do day trades. And although this is an IRA account, check with your broker to see if they allow you to, you should be able to trade as many trades as you wish, as long as you don't trade over that starting buying power up at the beginning of your day. We'll check with your broker on that to verify that. So just hope it's 25,000, and we're gonna be watching this one throughout the rest of the year. What I do with this account. So now I'm back up to my trade tab. Let's take a quick look at that chart again, see what's happening. We're back at the top, but I will do it anyway. I think we can go higher. Let's do this. Do 10 contracts. It'll cost about $800. $880 under $1,000 out of our $25,000 account. We're sending it. See if we can get in. That should get us in right there. See it over on the live side. Dropping us down. All I'm going to do is just try to make 10 cents right. Nothing fancy. One live day trade. And one new day trade in this account. I want to monitor this and see what actually is happening. We're at 88 cents. I don't know why this thing takes so long to get us in. It should be in. We're only doing 10 contracts. Plenty of volume here, plenty of open interest here. Nice tight spread. Get in. And I will pause everything right now. We're actually in the trade. And I'll switch back over to the chart. And I will go ahead and let me go ahead and set up, our exit. Let's see if we can actually get there. I will sell. Let me do it this way. Let me go to our position. We'll come back in a little bit to our position. We're going to go create closing order. And I think I got in at 88. I don't know if I'm going to go to 98. Because it's a shorter period of time. But I'm going to set it there, and I like to get a couple pennies more in order to cover my commission, and it's out there. and I will pause the recording. Oh, I hope I started the recording. Recording. Did I start it? Yes, I did start the recording. But that's where we're at. I will stop talking for right now, and I'll join this call later. And I will let the recording go on that one screen. You just watch that, and I'll flip back and forth between what we're actually doing and watching it go up. As we right now, I see the option thing is going up, and we need to go all the way up there in order for us to. Ooh, airing. We need to go all the way up there in order for us to hit our target. We need to go all the way up to 102, look like 38 or 39 for our trade to actually work. And I'll watch it here and leave it there. I like watching. I watch both. That's the chart on the other one. We got this here. I don't know if we're going to make it. We got to kind of cross this minefield over here. You can see for us to get there. And then we got this area here that we're going to be fighting against, in order to make it all the way up there by end of day. But I'll just leave it there. We'll be able to skip forward probably and see what happens. My stop should actually be down. Since I got in right here, it's kind of like breakout. I was supposed to get above this. I was hoping to get in this trade a whole lot sooner than when I got in there. Because I usually like getting in this trade, on this pullback. And getting in there somewhere on this legging up here, which I did. But got in a little higher than I really wanted to. I think I got in way up here. So we should be good. I'll leave it. And I'll get off the phone, get off the ground for a while. I'll join back a little later.